Well, good morning to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Welcome in on a Tuesday morning, July 8th here, sunny Colorado. Today's topic is on the board. The question everybody's asking these days, including we're getting questions in the comments about it. And so we've got a quick little episode today about it. Let's quickly get to cryptocurrency market cap 3.36 trill, fear and greed at a 50, dead even, Bitcoin in at 109,000. Boom. XRP. We're not going to forget you. $2.29, up 4.5% on the week and down just a hair on the day. Don't forget Caleb and Brown, your one-stop service for crypto brokerage, 24/7. You get your personal crypto broker. That's the thing. You get to talk to them 24/7. It's really a great service, and my wife and I have been using them for quite a while and are very happy with Caleb. And I'm kind of a pain in the ass when it comes to services. So if I like you, that really means something. Yeah, I'm really tough. Let's get to today's topic, which is Ripple becoming a bank. What in the heck is going on now? Yep, we know what's going on. All right, where do we start here? Where do we start? Okay, Ripple's game plan, it's been kind of obvious. We've seen it capture Metaco, Hidden Road. All right, let's get to the notes. I don't want to stray. All right. Ripple's game plan's evolved now, okay? It started with using, of course, XRP for cross-border payments, working with institutions like Santander, Bank of America, SBI Holdings, second largest bank out of Japan, Yoshitaka Katao, building RippleNet to connect banks through blockchain. But in 2024 and 2025, what happened here? Ripple's not just connecting to TradFi. They're actually absorbing TradFi. They're creating a monster bridge to TradFi. With its acquisition of Metaco in 2023, Swiss-based institutional crypto custody provider, Ripple launched Ripple Payments, an enterprise liquidity solution that lets institutions hold, move, and settle crypto or fiat with atomic settlement in seconds, not days, like the existing system. And then in 2025, the monster move, Ripple acquired Hidden Road, a prime broker, for $1.25 billion, a prime broker with direct access to U.S. Treasury markets. Interesting. Put your thinking caps on. Connect all that with what happens concerning RLUSD. I'm not going to get into the whole thing right now. Just we're touching the surface on this, but this goes a lot deeper. As far as how the threads are connected with this whole thing goes a lot deeper. We can do a deeper episode. If you're not a blockchain company buying access to the U.S. Treasury system, you're not just flirting with banking. You are literally moving in. Okay, that's what's happening. Hidden Road, the Trojan horse into Wall Street here for Ripple. Hidden Road is a prime brokerage. That means to connect large institutions to Forex, foreign exchange, derivatives, government debt, and yes, banking liquidity, which of course is an issue. Well, not going to get into that. I was talking to a friend this morning, and I can get into this whole thing we were talking about, and I'm not going to do it. It's just too long. Concerning the liquidity of banks, Ripple's acquisition gives its access to Treasury repos, reverse repos, and the heart of the global money supply. They're no longer dependent on big banks. This is the change that's happening. They are liquidity. They are the liquidity rail. That's the difference. Okay. Ripple becomes the movement of value, the literal liquidity rail that the world's value runs on at the speed of information moving. I got very wide-eyed there. That was funny. And remember, Ripple already sits in over 25 bill worth of XRP, owns a global payment network, RippleNet, controls an enterprise-grade decentralized ledger, XRPL, and now what's going on now has a seat at the same table as Saks and BR. And you know who I mean when I say BR, the largest asset manager on the planet. They're building a vertically integrated financial stack here, from custody to settlement to liquidity to compliance. So it's not just fintech, it's proto banking. Here comes the new age, proto banking. Ripple Liquidity Hub, connecting DeFi with TradFi. Ripple Liquidity Hub equals bank back end. And that does make sense if you think about that. That's what Ripple's Liquidity Hub is. It ends up being the back end for the bank. Let's break it down even further. Here we go. Ripple's Liquidity Hub launched to help companies convert between fiat and crypto, as we know, access deep institutional liquidity, as we well know, auto route orders through multiple markers. So, for instance, Coinbase, Binance, OTC desks. I don't know if we knew that. Some of us did. There's a lot happening coming up with XRP, with the XRPL, and what will take place with the automated market makers, AMMs. The XLS30. I have to keep saying I'm not going to get into all that because I could just keep going down rabbit holes. Can't do that. Let's stick to the topic. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad, Frank, you're sticking to the topic. All right, here's the quicker. Here's the quicker kicker. Here's the kicker. The quicker. Here's the kicker. The Liquidity Hub acts just like a liquidity engine inside a bank, except it's built on blockchain rails, making it super fast, secure, and scalable. And when you tie this into Ripple's RippleNet and on-demand liquidity ODL system, you've got cross-border payments like with Swift's messaging, instant FX settlement like CLS Bank, Treasury access like JP Morgan, custody services like State Street. Okay, so what do you call a company that does all this? That's my question to you. It's up there on the board. The stablecoin play RLUSD equals RippleNet's or Ripple's private banknote. I'll say that again. The stablecoin play RLUSD, Ripple's RLUSD, equals Ripple's private banknote. This is what we're talking about. How Ripple is literally becoming a bank with all these pieces of the puzzle they've been putting together over the past few years that we've all been watching in the crypto space, and you have too. And hats off to you guys, by the way, for following, paying attention, doing this thing. I'll give you guys a lot of credit. Some of this stuff can get just a little bit boring, a little bit monotonous, and I get it. And I appreciate you guys sticking with crypto and with the learning over these past years and over these past months on our channel. Thank you. We do love you. We do appreciate you. And we do tip our hats to you because it is a lot of learning. It's a lot of new stuff. That's why a lot of folks don't want to know much about crypto, because they know if they need to know about it, they need to know about it and dive in. And to dive in means a lot of time spent. It really does. It's a lot of learning. Hats off to you guys. RLUSD, Ripple's own U.S. dollar stablecoin, backed one-to-one with cash and short-term U.S. treasuries, audited and compliant with pending U.S. stablecoin laws, but directly on the XRP ledger. This is the thing, is that the XRP ledger is the DEX. So it's the in-house everything with the RLUSD, and this is the question we've known this for a while, asking this question, in this space. Hey, wait, is Ripple becoming a bank? Yeah, crypto bank. This is Ripple's bank issued digital dollar, essentially. Um, let's just say what it is. That's literally what it is. Okay. They can now issue dollar dominated accounts with this, hold customer deposits via RLUSD as well. And the U.S. Treasury included RLUSD in its official presentation deck to Congress on stablecoin frameworks in May 2025, not just a random project. This is institutional grade stuff, just like Circle did with USDC, except with this key difference. Sorry, I can't find a good spot for the mic. It happens every episode. I do apologize. It's very nerve wracking. I know. Just like Circle did with USDC, except with one key difference. RLUSD settles on an institutional grade DEX that is the XRP ledger itself without needing to run anything else with native liquidity pathways. So Ripple's regulatory armor, the Genius Act and compliance, you might ask, how can Ripple become a bank with all this regulatory heat that's been going down over these past years? And the answer is they're regulating themselves in advance. RLUSD was designed to specifically fit into the Genius Act, a bipartisan stablecoin bill that you're all aware of, now being considered by U.S. Senate, now at the House. Almost finished, by the way, but finished up. Ripple's legal strategy post SEC battle. I know you would say it is finished, I know, but has turned ultra compliant now. Okay, so token classification clarity, XRP ruled not a security for secondary markets. We know that. Transparent XRP escrow disclosures now. U.S. Treasury and congressional alignment. In other words, Ripple isn't dodging regulations anymore. They're falling right in line with it, just like they're not trying to topple Swift or any of these banks. They're working with them to provide the solution to make everything faster, more secure, more scalable, and less expensive. In other words, Ripple isn't just like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it. They're not just coming in as a big bully. I mean, they're coming in as a friend and saying, let's hold hands. We have something to offer you. You have something to offer us, which is, establishment in the marketplace. And we'll come in and help you out here. This is why this is bigger than a bank, guys. It isn't just another crypto firm applying for a license here. This is a blockchain native institution replacing the functions of traditional banks and speeding them up and making them less expensive and more secure with better rails. Better banking rails is what this is. Ripple is positioning itself as the custodian, the liquidity provider, the payment rail, the stablecoin issuer, the compliance tech, and soon they may even, they may be the credit facility. It could be true. Translation, Ripple could one day offer loans collateralized by XRP, RLUSD, and tokenized assets on chain. If that happens, they've built a crypto-native central bank on U.S. soil. And guess what? If that does happen and you're holding our XRP, what do you think you get to do with that as far as staking it in that bank, as far as putting it in there and gaining some interest on it, gaining some APY on it? Yeah, gaining interest and yield on your monies. Final thoughts, XRP is the lifeblood of Ripple's bank machine. Let's not forget why this matters for XRP holders, okay? All of us who hold XRP. I know people saying, hey, it's a shitcoin. I get it. FX settlement, interbank liquidity, on-chain stablecoin swaps, cross-border transfers, XRP native lending and DEX activity, all this stuff comes. And XRP is becoming more and more scarce as Ripple locks XRP into ODL corridors, institutional custody ramps up, and XRP native lending and DEX activity continues. XRP is becoming more and more scarce, and scarcity plus utility equals long-term price pressure go up. We're going to close it for today. Don't forget to tap like and subscribe down below. Don't forget Caleb and Brown and check them out in our link below. You won't be disappointed. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day today. We are working on a quicker close, so we're going to do it fast. We love you. Have a great day today. We'll see you next time, guys. Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Tank.